As we all know by now, this December 5th, Danny Garcia will be challenging the unified champion of the world, Errol Spence Jr. And we start with Garcia, 32 years old, 38 fights, 36 wins, 2 defeats, and 21 knockouts. Very game fighter, even though he's still in his prime. You could consider that Danny Garcia is a veteran. He's been around for a minute, his resume is impressive, has a ton of experience, and most important, hasn't received a lot of damage during his career, never been knocked down, and the 2 losses were close decisions to Porter and Thurman. Now, thanks to the hard work that Danny Garcia has put throughout his whole career, he now once again is in the position to once again claim a title, not 1 but 2 titles in the welterweight division. Within the attitude that he's been carrying himself these last couple of weeks, he is very focused, he is very hungry, very into this opportunity, and he has become a dangerous man himself. The only time that we've seen Danny like this is when he upsets everybody. And even though the age, the reach, and the height favors Errol Spence Jr., there's one thing that favors Danny Garcia more than anything, and it's the timing of this fight. Now, when it comes to styles, it is no secret that Danny Garcia is pretty much tailor-made for Errol Spence Jr. You know, we all know that Danny Garcia, he's awful when it comes to coming forward. He just does not know how to come forward without getting hit by the jab. He has no head movement whatsoever from the outside. Now, in the inside, it's a different story. He becomes very dangerous. He's a hell of a counter puncher, and his timing, is impeccable. He don't even have to look. That's how good his timing is. We also see how Danny struggles. We see that when Danny has a fighter that would like to box instead of coming forward for the first half of the fight, he struggles with that fighter. Why? Because he does not know how to come forward without getting hit by the jab. And these fighters take advantage of that, like Mauricio Herrera, like Lamont Peterson, like Keith Thurman. These were fighters that were boxing Danny Garcia from the outside, and once the fight became the second half of the fight, round 7, round 8, this fighter became more aggressive, but Danny already was tired. His stamina was not as good, even though he's a fighter that lasts, but he doesn't be as ferocious. His powers don't be having the same type of steam than in the first half of the fight, obviously. So I really don't know what Danny could do different other than build up his stamina more to last longer and have more power in his punches in the later round, and perhaps throwing more punches. Don't be so cautious. Just throw more punches, because that's one of the problems. Errol Spence is a fighter that will throw 1,000 punches in a fight, while Danny Garcia is a fighter that is more accuracy than anything. He picks his shots, so his punches go down to like 700-800 punches per fight. Now, when we go to Errol Spence Jr., right at the top, he's younger, he's taller, he has a longer reach. He's the champion. He's undefeated. He's a southpaw. He's the truth. We saw how he became champion. We saw how he schooled Mikey. We saw how he went to war with Sean Porter. But there's also one more thing that we saw, and it was the awful accident. Now, in my personal opinion, I think this is a fight that will go as far as Errol will allow it to go. And if I was Errol or Derek James, well, first off, let me get this out of my chest. If I was Errol or Derek James, I wouldn't be fighting freaking Danny Garcia right off that accident. I do not understand how everybody is going with this decision. I think this is madness. I think he should have come back with a tune-up. Play smart. This is your career. This is the type of decisions that made me think that perhaps Errol is in fact damaged from this accident, and he don't want to lose against a nobody. If he's going to lose, he's gonna make the most money that he can now that he got a test. And if he gonna test, it's a 50-50 chance, then let's just make the most money we can. That's what this looking like, because who with the right mind would allow their best fighter go against a big, in a big fight after a big accident like that? I mean, I hope the best, I wish the best for Errol, but this seems like this is it. Now, after leaving my personal feelings to the side, let's talk about this fight, and I think Errol should in fact play it safe, box Danny Garcia from far away, make it look simple, make it look easy, just like you did with Mikey Garcia. We know that Danny Garcia cannot come forward. We all know that he struggles. He can't get away from the jab. And you have a good jab, so use it. Stay in the distance. Don't let the pride work you. You're gonna be fighting at home, so you should in fact play it safe. You got the judges, you got the home turf, you got everything, you got the skills to make it look easy. Now, if you make this fight a Sean Porter fight, which I really don't think is going to happen, because Danny Garcia cannot come forward like Sean Porter does. And if he do that, then he has never shown it before. I would love to see something like that, but I've never seen anything like that from Danny Garcia, so I cannot expect a war. And that's why I'm saying that this fight will go as far as Errol will allow it to go. If he goes there and let's go war like he did against Sean Porter, then this fight in fact may be short. And I'm not talking in favor of Errol Spence Jr. We don't know how he is going to react. I don't want Errol Spence Jr. coming aggressive, not even in the 12th round. I don't want him to box, and then come forward like he did against Mikey Garcia, trying to get Danny Garcia out of there. It's not going to happen. I just don't see it. If you couldn't stop little Mikey Garcia, then I don't see you stopping or hurting Danny Garcia at all. Work your, do a body work. You may hurt him like that better, but I don't think you got enough power. I think you should play it safe. You should never go into engage mode against Danny Garcia. So it's pretty much gonna go down to the discipline of Errol Spence Jr. If Errol Spence Jr. can remain disciplined throughout 12 rounds and not make this a war and fall into the exchanges, then he could have an easy, clear victory, an embarrassing victory over Danny Garcia. But if he makes this a war, and if he goes in the inside and try to exchange with the heavy hitter Danny Garcia, then he may get hurt, he may get stuck, he may get a defeat, and that's just the bottom line. With that being said, I got Errol Spence Jr. winning by a decision. I will be very disappointed if Errol made this a war, because I think it's unnecessary, especially at this point on his career that he just came back of a crazy accident. Like I said before, I don't think he should be fighting Danny Garcia in the first place, but that's what he wants, that's what he got, and I hope he remains disciplined to make this an easy fight, because in fact Errol Spence Jr. has the skills to make this an easy fight. And that's all I gotta say. Thank you so much for the time. Enjoy the fight. I'll see you on the next video.